Okay, let's unpack this. In our increasingly digital world, navigating securely and privately feels, well, not just important, but absolutely essential. And when the conversation turns to digital privacy, anonymity, one name always seems to pop up: Tor browser. But what if I told you there's a version of Tor browser that many might not even know exists? Kind of a hidden frontier pushing the very edge of privacy tech. Today we're doing a deep dive into your sources, peeling back the layers to understand exactly what Tor Browser Alpha is. It's often whispered about, maybe, but rarely truly understood by most people. Our mission is to demystify this experimental beast, show not just how it differs from the stable release, but why those differences can be incredibly crucial, maybe even life or death for some users, and what role it plays in this ongoing battle for digital freedom. We'll look at who it's really for, how it works fundamentally, and the real implications of choosing an alpha build over a stable one for your online journey.
It's a really compelling place to start because these tools we rely on, they're always changing, right? Understanding the maybe subtle but really profound differences between software versions, especially when your privacy, your security are on the line. That's not just technical trivia. It's critical for making informed choices online. Knowing what power you have and, frankly, what risks you might be taking on, it's about really understanding the tools that shape your digital life.
Exactly. And that deep understanding starts right here. Let's get straight into it. Your sources describe Tor Browser Alpha as, pretty simply, an experimental pre-release version of the official Tor browser. Think of it like a sneak peek behind the curtain, a glimpse into the future of online privacy before it's, fully polished. It's definitely not meant for just casual browsing, though. The sources are super clear. Its target audience is specific. We're talking advanced users, developers, testers, people who aren't just browsing, they're actively involved. They want to help find bugs, test out new features before they get rolled out to everyone else. This is where it gets really interesting for me. We usually expect finished products, right? It feels almost counterintuitive, a major privacy tool operating out there with known or potential imperfections. Makes you think about the philosophy behind it.
And that alpha label isn't just symbolic. It carries real, tangible implications anyone thinking about using it has to understand. Because it is experimental, pre-release, it's just not as stable. It hasn't been tested as much as the regular Tor browser. And this isn't just theory. It means you are genuinely more likely to hit unexpected bugs, maybe performance issues that slow things down, or even find features that just plain don't work right. But with Tor, the stakes are, well, much higher than just a crashed app. A bug in an alpha build, especially one dealing with how it handles the network or encryption, that could, worst case, compromise your anonymity. Are we talking potential IP leaks, your real address getting exposed briefly, or maybe more subtle stuff, vulnerabilities that could help someone figure out who you are over time? It's not just annoying, it can completely undermine why you're using Tor in the first place.
That's such a critical point, because for many, Tor isn't casual, it's about actual safety. So the sources make a strong recommendation here. Tor Browser Alpha is explicitly not for users who need that stable, reliable, uncompromised experience, especially if your personal safety, your security, maybe even your job depends on that browser working flawlessly every single time. It really pressures you to ask yourself, okay, do I need bleeding-edge testing and features and accept the risks, or is rock-solid stability and reliability my absolute bottom line? The choice isn't trivial.
Precisely. And before we dig deeper into those differences, it's really important to highlight what makes any version of Tor browser so powerful for privacy. Both the alpha, the experimental one, and the stable version share the exact same core technology. The Tor network itself. You can sort of picture it like a global maze built with layers of encryption. When you use Tor browser, your traffic doesn't go straight to the website. No. Instead, it gets wrapped up, encrypted in multiple layers, like an onion. Actually, that's where the original name came from, the onion router. Then this layered traffic gets bounced through a series of, usually at least 3, random relays. These relays are run by volunteers all over the world, makes it incredibly hard to trace the path back to you.
Okay, so if we follow that data bouncing around, what's the end result for your privacy? What does this digital shell game actually achieve?
The result is incredibly powerful, really. This whole system, layers of encryption, global relays, makes it extraordinarily difficult, almost impossible, practically speaking. For anyone watching, your ISP, maybe a government agency, some malicious actor, it makes it very hard for them to see what you're doing online, where you are physically, or what sites you're visiting. Basically, all someone watching can reliably see is that you're connected to the Tor network. That's it. They can't easily trace your activity back to where you started. And this core function, this clever privacy mechanism, that's the foundation for both alpha and stable. Doesn't matter which development stage they're in. It's why Tor is so vital for activists, journalists, researchers, anyone needing anonymity in a world that watches closely.
Right, so that core engine, the privacy part, is the same. It delivers the promise in both. But if that engine is identical, where does the path split? For you making a choice, the real difference is all about their purpose, their place in Tor's development cycle. Let's really clearly lay out that fork in the road, because understanding this is, well, key for making the right choice for yourself. Okay, let's start with the familiar one, the reliable workhorse. Tor browser, stable. This is the official public version. It's gone through tons of testing, bugs have been squashed, it's considered secure, reliable for general use. It is without a doubt the one recommended for most people, especially if privacy isn't just a nice to have, but a must have. When you download Stable, you get something predictable, robust, consistent. That's exactly what you want if your safety or your access to information relies on a tool you can trust completely, day in, day out, without worrying about weird glitches. It's the battle-tested version, you could say. Proven. Now compare that to its adventurous sibling, Tor browser, Alpha. Its main job isn't stable browsing. It's basically a high-stakes test lab. It's where new features, big updates, experimental ideas get their first real-world exposure. The Tor project releases it specifically to get feedback, vital feedback, from that community of advanced users and developers. They want people to find bugs, uncover potential problems, see how these new things perform out in the wild before they get baked into the stable version. And think beyond just, like, changing button colors. We're talking experiments with new ways to get around censorship ways to beat sophisticated firewalls, or testing brand new cryptography that could change how anonymity works fundamentally. These aren't just minor tweaks. They're often the first look at future tools for digital freedom. Seeing them in alpha gives us a crucial peek into that constant cat-and-mouse game of privacy versus surveillance. It's a living experiment, always adapting.
And what's really fascinating about this model is the relationship between the two. It's symbiotic. The alpha version isn't just, unfinished software. It's absolutely essential to the whole development process. By having this public testing ground, Tor Browser Alpha, the Tor project, can innovate fast. They can try new ideas, respond to new threats without messing with the stability of the version most people depend on for their safety. And the community's role in testing alpha, it's frankly invaluable. Their bug reports, their notes on how it performs under different conditions, all that detailed feedback, that's what really makes those new features tough and secure. This widespread testing ensures that by the time something new lands in the stable release, it's as solid and effective as possible. This whole open, community-driven cycle isn't just about getting new features out. It's a smart strategy. It lets Tor stay ahead in that constant fight against censorship and surveillance while carefully keeping that super high standard of security for everyone else.
That's a great point. This community is like a massive global QA team. So we've covered quite a bit today. From how the Tor network actually works, right down to the very different jobs of the alpha and stable browsers, you've learned that Tor Browser Alpha is that experimental cutting edge. Super useful for testers, developers, people wanting to help shape its future. But it comes with instability, a real chance of bugs that, could potentially impact your anonymity. Then there's the stable version, your reliable, secure choice for most browsing, built on the same powerful Tor network, offering consistency you can depend on. So what does this all mean for you? It means you can make an informed choice, a considered one, based purely on your own needs and how much risk you're comfortable with. You absolutely need maximum stability. A reliable experience where any glitch or security risk is just unacceptable, then stable version is clearly the way to go, no question. Or are you maybe an advanced user? Eager to see the new stuff, give feedback, actually help build the future of Tor. Perhaps you're even developing things that need the latest features. And you understand, you accept the potential issues that come with an alpha. Then maybe, just maybe, the alpha is worth looking into, cautiously, of course, with expertise.
Which kind of leads to a deeper thought, doesn't it? Even if you, personally, never touched the alpha version. How does the fact that it exists and the way it's developed openly with the community, how does that help digital security and privacy for everyone? Think about how that open testing process, where new ideas get put through their paces in the real world, ultimately makes the stable tools we all rely on even stronger. It allows for quick innovation, which is crucial when privacy tools are always under attack, but it does it while keeping user protection paramount. It really makes you consider that ongoing balancing act, Pushing technology forward for more digital freedom, while also ensuring absolute reliability in the tools that protect our digital lives, not just for some, but for all of us.